Number 5. The Law of Ueki. Unbeknownst to most humans, a bizarre tournament is held to decide the next ruler of the heavenly world. In this tournament, 100 heavenly beings known as the God Candidates are required to search among the middle school students on Earth and transfer their powers to a student of their choice. The chosen ones will then battle each other, representing their God Candidates. The victor of this tournament will be awarded a blank talent, allowing them to choose any one unique ability they so desire, while the God Candidate they represent will obtain the position of God and become the king of the heavenly world. Participating in this grand tournament is Kasukueki, a middle school student who is given the power to turn trash into trees by his homeroom teacher, Kobayashi. Despite the concerns of his classmate, Imori, Ueki embarks on a journey to pursue his own sense of justice, after witnessing the people around him misusing their powers for selfish purposes. But as he encounters talented power users such as Seiichiro Seno, Rinko Girard, Robert Hayden, and Hideyoshi Soya, he realizes that achieving his goal might be harder than it seems. Number 4. Mushishi. Mushi, the most basic forms of life in the world. They exist without any goals or purposes aside from simply being. They are beyond the shackles of the words good and evil. Mushi can exist in countless forms, and are capable of mimicking things from the natural world such as plants, diseases, and even phenomena like rainbows. This is, however, just a vague definition of these entities that inhabit the vibrant world of Mushishi, as to even call them a form of life would be an oversimplification. Detailed information on Mushi is scarce because the majority of humans are unaware of their existence. So what are Mushi, and why do they exist? This is the question that a Mushishi, Ginkgo, ponders constantly. Mushishi are those who research Mushi in hopes of understanding their place in the world's hierarchy of life. Ginkgo chases rumors of occurrences that could be tied to Mushi, all for the sake of finding an answer. It could, after all, lead to the meaning of life itself. Number 3. Mononoke. The medicine seller is a deadly and mysterious master of the occult who travels across feudal Japan in search of malevolent spirits called Mononoke to slay. When he locates one of these spirits, he cannot simply kill it. He must first learn its form, its truth, and its reason, in order to wield the mighty exorcism sword and fight against it. He must begin his strange exorcisms with intense psychological analysis and careful investigative work, an extremely dangerous step, as he must first confront and learn about the Mononoke before he even has the means to defeat it. The medicine seller's journey leads him to an old-fashioned inn where Shino, a pregnant woman, has finally found a place to rest. The owner has reluctantly placed her in the last vacant room. However, as she settles in, it quickly becomes clear that the room is infested by a lethal band of Mononoke, the Zashiki Warashi. With his hunter's intuition, the medicine seller begins his investigation to discover the form, the truth, and the reason before the Zashiki Warashi can kill again. Number 2. Eureka 7. In the backwater town of Belfast lives a 14-year-old boy named Renton Thurston. He desires to leave his home behind and join the mercenary group known as Jack Estate, hoping to find some adventure to brighten up his mundane life. However, stuck between his grandfather's insistence to become a mechanic like him and the pressure of his deceased father's legacy, the only excitement Renton finds is in his pastime of riding the Draper wave particles that are dispersed throughout the air, an activity akin to surfing. Everything changes when an unknown object crashes through Renton's garage, discovered to be a light-finding operation, a robot capable of riding the Draper waves, specifically known as the Nervash Type 0. His pilot is a young girl named Eureka, a member of the Jack Estate, who requests a tune-up for the Nervash. Their meeting sparks the beginning of Renton's involvement with the Jack Estate as he takes off alongside Eureka as the co-pilot of the Nervash. Number 1. Psycho Pass. Justice, and the enforcement of it, has changed. In the 22nd century, Japan enforces the Sybil system, an objective means of determining the threat level of each citizen by examining their mental state for signs of criminal intent, known as their Psycho Pass. Inspectors uphold the law by subjugating, often with lethal force, anyone harboring the slightest ill will. Alongside them are enforcers, jaded inspectors that have become latent criminals, granted relative freedom in exchange for carrying out the inspector's dirty work. Into this world steps Akane Tsunemori, a young woman with an honest desire to uphold justice. However, as she works alongside veteran enforcer Shinikagami, she soon learns that the Sybil system's judgments are not as perfect as her fellow inspectors assume. With everything she has known turned on its head, Akane wrestles with the question of what justice truly is, and whether it can be upheld through the use of a system that may already be corrupt.
you honor the hero.